Good morning, folks. Let me get myself together. I'm a wee bit disorganised this morning. I'm on a 9-day run at work, and although the hours are no long, the work can be quite hard, so I'm pretty well knackered this morning. In fact, I only got out of bed an hour before this. Fortunately, I've stayed up and caught the headlines just after midnight. Let me get Facebook on board. Now, at the end of today's show, I've got a few things I want to say, so stick around. Right, Charlie's note to Magic Bolt's off the table because he's taking a line on the table, so you might well get an appearance from Charlie this morning. You never know. He's under the table now, eyeing me up because he likes to go up my knee and have a peek up. Right, let's get started. No, we can't. I haven't seen a Facebook entrant yet. Anyway, who's all in this morning? Hi, Harry, Diane, Lenny, John, Kevin. Kevin's going to hunt you down and tickle you if you don't hit the like button, folks. First in this morning was James Connolly. He was in his place half an hour before the show, so he's no hitting the naughty step, that's for sure. Hi, Barbara. Hi, Jim. Hi, Mark. Hi, Gillian. Lorna. Reagan Elite, good morning. Good show last night, young fella. Really enjoyed it. Kept me going at work. A heavy night last night, actually. Hi, Graham. Aye. Right, we're getting Facebookers in yet, because we're nearly up over the 100 mark. We'll get this broadcast underway. This is the last one of the Indie Truck Davy of the year. The next one will be on the 25th of December. Yep, you heard that right. Hi, Zuni. Christmas Day. 11 o'clock to 2 o'clock, Sarah and I do a Christmas special for views on YouTube. Views on Facebook will know that because we've been doing it for years. Now, we normally get a great audience. On Facebook, we normally get between 100 and 200 on Christmas Day. Don't be alone on Christmas Day. If you're sat in the house with nothing better to do and nobody coming to see you, come and join Sarah and I. Because Madam Director makes an appearance on Christmas Day. So those of you who haven't really seen her on YouTube will get to meet Madam Director on Christmas Day. So don't be alone on Christmas Day, okay? Come and join Sarah and I for 2 or 3 hours. Alright. Right, let's get this show underway. And let's make sure we've got Facebook on because I haven't seen anybody yet. What have I done? Yep, that's public. There's Melanie there. Good morning, Melanie. Right, let's get this broadcast underway because we're well up over the 100 mark. And first up this morning, we've got the Scotsman. And it's got a nonsense headline. So we'll find it. Here we go. New delay hits 4 CalMac ferries being built in Turkey. And material supply issues slow progress as Glen Sanark's finally poised to enter service. And he whip up a bad story. So there's problems getting materials in Turkey, but there's problems getting materials here as well. What's Turkey and the UK got in common? We're both outside the EU. Well. Next up, the Rancid has. I don't put the Rancid up if I can avoid it. But anyway, the Daily Record has school toilet pervert camera horror. Apparently some teenage boy had put a remote camera into a unisex toilet in one of our modern schools up here. No rack problem up here in the majority of schools, they're all brand fucking new. Anyway, some wee fella, being a teenager raging hormones, stuck a camera into the bogs. Naughty little shite. No doubt he'll get pillared for it. I don't know what the courts are going to do with him. I mean, what do you do with a hormone-ridden teenage boy? Not very much, I would imagine. Still a headline and a half, though, isn't it? Yeah, technology. Back in my day, you creeped into the girls' toilet and peeked down the cubicle if you were that way inclined. Oh, dearie, dearie, dearie. Technology. I'd like to say it's a wonderful thing, but in the wrong hands, it can be a terrible thing. Yeah. Right, where we go next? We'll get the Herald. And let's see what it's got this morning. Did I put it up? Aye, here we go. Aid hits back over claims on probe into Sturgeon. Watchdog says money wasted. Where? Governments always waste money. But I didn't know that there was a probe into Sturgeon our money. As I've explained this hour and hour again, Operation Branch Form isn't an inquiry into Sturgeon, isn't an inquiry into her husband, isn't an inquiry into Colin Beattie. It's an inquiry into the SNP finances. And so far it's come up with fuck all. Nothing. Peter was charged with embezzlement, but the statute of limitations on that charge is passed, and as far as any is know, he's no been in fucking court. So, I don't know what this nonsense is all about, but hey ho. 2 or 3 papers so far will get an SNP bad story. Must be doing well in the fucking polls, eh? One thing's for sure, the Labour Party's no. The other thing's for sure is it looks like Reform UK are going to win that by-election in England today. Wow. The Scottish Daily Fail has. Well, I always like to put the Fail up because let's face it, it's not called the Fail for nothing. The Scottish Daily Fail has the elegant Frenchwoman with a core of steel who has become a heroine to every victim of male abuse. And that's this Gazelle woman whose husband drugged her and invited 50 men round to rape her. They only give him 20 years in jail. They don't have the death penalty in France, thankfully. But I think 20 years was a bit of a light sentence. The man should be serving life. What sort of monster does that? Drugs somebody and then invites 50 men. Where the fuck did he find 50 men for? It must have been everybody in the village he lived in, for fuck's sake. Anyway, the main headline is now look who's really crashing the economy. Labour pledged to make us all wealthier. Now inflation's rising again, the bonds market in turmoil, and the Bank of England says growth will slump to zero after Reeves's ruinous budget. I think the fail's a wee bit late. The economy was already in shite state before her disastrous budget. She just made it worse. That's all. It was already in the doldrums. Anyway, for the last half a year, we've more or less had zero growth. The economy's been flatlining for a very long time. And according to the figures and according to projections, it's going to remain flat for a very long time. Now, it would appear that Starmer's milestones will see him get his bahookie kicked out of office, if no before the next general election, then at the next general election. But according to the rags this morning, because it's not just headlines, according to the rags this morning, within the body of the rags, especially the broadsheets, it's being rumoured that a leadership challenge is being put together in the Labour Party for Starmer. He's a lying, thieving, dangerous son of a gun. He's no fit for public office and should be gone. He's a genocide enabler. He's a punisher of the poor. who makes George Osborne look like Santa Claus, for fuck's sake. This is no Labour Party that I recognise, and it's no Labour Party that any of yous recognise. And those of us who have been round for more than half a century will know what I'm talking about. Those who are younger than half a century and grew up with a Tony Blair government, the last time Labour was in power. Oh, hold on. We've got some super chats coming in. I'll get them in a minute. Since Tony Blair came to power, you guys' idea of a Labour Party, a left-wing Labour Party, is actually a centrist Labour Party. Tony Blair moved the Labour Party to the middle. Keir Starmer's moved them right to the Conservative Party. Right, let's see what's in the super chats. Hold on, I need to roll back, see if there's any more. Right, Alistair, as usual, you're a very generous man. And what we got, seeing it's the last news review for David McGuinness, I wish you all Merry Christmas and a good New Year. If I don't see you later on till Christmas Day, thank you all for supporting the food and baby banks in the last year. I'll get to that at the end, but thank you, Alistair. And thank you very much. You've been giving a lot of support to baby banks and food banks this year. Right, for that one done. Kevin. Come on, folks, make this show a good end to the year. Merry Christmas. I'll try my best, Kevin. I'm a bit tired. But as I say, Starmer's a monster and he has to go. He has to go. Right, the Times has. Budget has left us all with zero growth. There has been no growth in this economy for 4 years. The budget didn't leave us like that. The budget just exasperated the fucking situation. It was one of the worst budgets I've ever seen. In the middle of an economic recession, with zero growth in the market, and aiming for growth, Rachel Reeves, instead of targeting the fucking rich, targeted the employers. And now we're seeing unemployment rocket. And we're seeing a speed up. We've seen the contraction in the economy speed up. You couldn't make it up. Talk about economic illiterates. And I don't know how many times I've used that phrase in this fucking show. Economic illiterates. Wow. With Pet, thanks very much for your contribution. Extra £10 pensions Christmas bonus on bank donations. Thank you very much, with Pet. You didn't have to give your pension Christmas bonus. But thank you. You're very generous. And I'm glad you put it through the bank. That way then YouTube don't get cut and then Google don't get cut. That's something, folks, that there are bank details on the intro to these programs. And that saves YouTube taking a huge cut and Google taking a cut, because Super Chats, they take 30%. We like Super Chats because we get to see what you've all got to say, of course. Right, that was the Times. What we got? The Express has Gazelle Braves. Gazelle Brave brings message of hope after horror. Now, I don't really want to get into this. It's a crime story. It's a horrific crime story, but I don't do crime stories. Anyway, this is the French woman, as explained earlier, who her husband drugged and invited 50 men round to rape her. Wow. Right, what's the national vote? Let's put this one up. The star of the day's a cracker, by the way, folks. I love it. Well, Lenny, thanks very much. I'll put that up in a wee second once I've done the national, Lenny. Right, the national has exclusive vote of farce as Labour cling on in capital. Now, this is an outrageous story. Once again, even though the scandal along there in Edinburgh Council, the Brit Nats have teamed up to keep the biggest party in that council out of administration. So in that council we have a Lib Dem, Tory, Labour coalition. And if people don't get their head wrapped around this, That's what we're going to have in Holyrood next time. So if you're planning on wasting your vote on the Alpha Party or on the Greens, when it comes to your second vote, make sure in the right area to do that. Because SNP 1 and 2 works. That's how we broke the system the last time. And it's how we'll break it again this time. But it takes clever voting. So if you're in the northeast or in the borders, SNP 1 and 2. If you're in the central belt, definitely SNP 1. What you do with number 2 is up to you. But if you're in the Highlands, if you're in the northeast or in the borders, SNP 1 and 2. That way we can break the system. Right. Oh, and the main headline in the National, 59% backing for Indy if we get rid of royals. Removing monarch adds 5-point level to support, recorded by previous polls. I'll wear that. We don't even pay any attention to sausage fingers or his shite family up here. And as you know, David and I are Republicans, as are most of you guys. But what else we got? Robin McAlpine Starmer's being generous with gifts to Indy cause. I would say so. And Bailey, Dame Jackie One Brain Cell Bailey, the thickest fucking woman in Scottish politics. Sorry, the thickest person in Scottish politics. Let's take gender out of this. Says her own party was wrong. But up here in Scotland, they're playing that line. It wasn't us, it was the bad boys in Westminster. Yet when the SNP tell the truth, it wasn't us. Where funding's been cut by Westminster, we have the likes of fucking One Brain Cell Bailey trying to tell us no, it's no. In fact, we have the likes of One Brain Cell Bailey trying to convince you guys out there that we're in charge of everything up here. We don't even control our own fucking budget. We get pocket money. But to hear that prick Starmer in Westminster saying that they gave us money, I've made this clear before, made it clear in the Two Davies yesterday afternoon, we get not a fucking dime for these wankers. We pay tax, they give us 60% it back, and they hold 40% it for themselves. Or so they tell us, but actually there's taxes that we don't get back any money for. They hold all the alcohol revenues, knowing the Barnett formula, or the VAT, knowing the Barnett formula, or the capital gains tax, knowing the Barnett formula, tobacco tax, fuel duty, none of it in the Barnett formula. And they're all the biggest revenue raisers. And we get fuck off for them. And corporation tax, no including the Barnett formula. So there's all the taxes which are collected in Scotland are no marked against Scotland in the books, and they're the biggest revenue raisers. So we get 60% back of 60% of the tax we pay. And all the taxes I don't count. So the people in England who actually think they're subsidising us, actually it's the other way round. We subsidise you with oil, gas, alcohol, food and drink, VAT, fuel duties. In fact, you're so heavily subsidised and so heavily in debt. It's no wonder that we have a better social contract up here than you have down there. Not just that we're smarter with fucking money, we're richer than you guys. And we're having to keep you going. We've had to keep you going for 300 years because of your fucking stupid wars. And by the way, the reason Scotland ended up in this union had nothing to do with the Darien project. The Darien project only actually affected about a fucking 100 rich people. Lords, ladies, business people. The ordinary job was fucking wealthy as fuck. And Scotland had no national debt. The reason why the union was forced for those people who were too stupid to know this was because England was fighting a war on two fronts and they'd no fucking money left. That be the truth of it for the ignorant out there. Right, that was the national. What we got? The Telegraph PM picks Mandelson to win over Trump. New Labour grandee named as ambassador to avoid, and the new ambassador, his name's Mandela apparently, is to avoid trade talks. They don't want the ambassador talking about trade to Trump in case it makes things even fucking worse. Ah well. So that's the Telegraph for us. The eye has water bills to rise by 36% and may go higher. And apparently that's news for off what? And according to the paper, LDI, it says unless Watchdog is killed. Now everybody's talking about getting shot off what? It has no fucking power. Obviously, it doesn't apply here in Scotland. We have still got our water in private and national, and we're in hands in national hands. The water system will be privatised. And there's an interesting story to this that the people might know, people in England might not understand. When Thatcher was privatising the water companies in England and Wales, she looked north of the border to privatise Scottish water as well. And she was told by her own Secretary of State of Scotland, you can't do that. It doesn't belong to the Crown. Now, the tenuous reason why they steal our resources is because of the Crown Estates. But when James VI of Scotland was going south from rainy Edinburgh to become James I of England as a throwaway line in the Parliament, he gifted the water to the people. And that's why Scottish water is still in public hands and is not privatised. Because it was a gift, as a joke, from your first Scottish king, James I, James VI of Scotland, to the people. But that throwaway gift was recorded in the archives and has stood in law ever since. So when Maggie was privatising the water companies down south and she looked north, her own Secretary of State for Scotland tell her, no can do. And that's why we still have our water in public hands. Could that change? Everything can fucking change. That's the story of why Scotland's water is still in public hands. It's no part of the Crown Estates, so Westminster can't touch it. There's a wee interesting fact for viewers south of the border. Right, the Sun has. I know it's a royal story, and it's after worst year ever. Merry Xmas from Wills, Kate, and kids, with hope for a happier 2025. It might be happier for them, but I can fucking assure you, it's not going to be happier for us. And as for the Sun's headline, bad year for Will and Kate, who gives a fuck? There's never going to have a bad outcome. These people live in gilded cages with the best of everything being laid at their fucking feet. So, who gives a fuck? Don't mean them any harm. They really don't give a shite. I didn't see anybody saying wee Mrs. McGumpher had a bad year when she had her cancer diagnosis. Where were the newspapers for wee Mrs. McGumpher? Exactly. Care more about wee Mrs. McGumpher than the street might care about fucking Wills Kate and their fucking brats. Merry Christmas. Get it up, you bunch of royal pigs. Can't wait to slaughter the fucking lot of yous through a referendum to get rid of yous. Had to caveat that there. Can't threaten people, and I wasn't. I was threatening the institution. As I say, can't wait to slaughter them and get shot at them in a referendum. Right. I'm going to skip the Metro because its headline's a lot of bollocks. It's another one to do with the French woman whose husband raped her. And which she had to say, actually, I'll not skip, I'll just tell you. She said she had no regrets about going public and making her name public and putting the story out there in the public realm. So there you go. Now, folks, I'm going to put the star up and then we'll have a couple of minutes to say a couple of things. But the star of the day is the best star ever. You know, Davey loves a boffin. So he does. Well, this one's got the boffinest boffin of all. So let's put up the Daily Star. Oh, I'll need to shrink it once I get it up. Right, this is it. Huge, if true. With 6 U's in huge, by the way. World's boffiest boffin after life is real. Brilliant. Let's blow it up a wee bit. A man who is cleverer. A man who is so clever he makes Albert Einstein look like a dimwit says he has proof the afterlife exists, which is nice. Which is nice. I love that throwaway line. The world's boffiest boffin after life is real. Fucking hope no, it was bad enough in this one. Best headline of the year so far. Boffiest boffin. Oh, I love that. It's just brilliant. I like a good boffin day. Can't he beat a good boffin? But I love that word, boffiest boffin. Fucking brilliant. The Star is the bee's knees. It really must. You're right, Reagan. It must be true. It's in the Star. I love the Star. I do. Right, folks. As you know, it's not the last one of the year for me, but it's the last one of these types of programmes for the year. On Christmas Day, we tend not to talk politics unless you bampots bring it up in the comments. And even then, we try to avoid it. Now, the other thing about Christmas Day is, on that show, if you want to come on and say hello, if you're on Facebook, send me a link, a friend's request if you're not already a friend, and I'll send you it through Messenger, the link to come on. And if you're on WhatsApp, then message me in WhatsApp, and I'll send you a link to come on, and we can have a chat. Now, we've been doing this on Facebook for a number of years, folks, so it's no new thing. Now, what have I got to say to round up this year, as far as the Two Davies go, and the Indie Truck Davy goes? Well, what makes Davy proud? What's made Davy proud this year, and the other David actually, is you guys. You've become such a community. Use on YouTube, use on Facebook. It's such a community. Reagan, you pop in Christmas Day, young fella. I'll put up a link for you. I'll send you a link. You can pop in and say hello. If you've got the time, of course. Everybody's busy. But you're such a community, and it's a community who cares about the wider community. The other time we'll be doing this, we've raised an awful lot of money. You guys have raised an awful lot of money. David and I have contributed as well. But watching you every day in the comments. Aye, Gordon. Aye, Jesus was a Palestinian if he was real, aye. Anyway, such a community, such a strong community, such a generous people. And it makes it worth doing these programmes every day. It makes it worth doing the Two Davies twice a week. The fact that as a community together we've been able to help others within the communities here in Scotland makes me really, really proud. And it's Millie, David's health has been a huge concern to me this year, of course, as you'll be aware. But to see him coming on leaps and bounds the way he has, I mean, I was nearly in tears when I seen him walk for the first time after his peg off. He got out that chair that he sits in to walk to the toilet, and I was like, wow, brilliant. Only 6 months after getting his leg cut off, he's up and walking. And after having a stroke, Let's say, but you guys make it all worthwhile. The mods, you do a fantastic job. You guys are, as I say, we've become a community, and it's really wonderful to see you all interact with each other, and it's wonderful to see you all pull together to help others who are in need here in Scotland. And if the show was big enough and there was enough viewers for doing south, we would probably go south of the border and contribute as well to communities there, especially in the northeast. Believe it or not, folks, the northeast of England is now the poorest part of these islands, and poverty is highest in the northeast of England, where 1 in 3 children live in abject poverty. I mean, we've got poor communities here, but the northeast of England, I feel really bad for them. But you guys are the bee's knees. Now, for those who can't make it on Christmas Day, or who won't be able to make it on New Year's Eve for a nerdy natter, which will start at 4 o'clock on New Year's Eve, by the way, because come 10 o'clock I'll be pissed. By midnight I'll be in my bed. Then I want to wish you all a very merry holiday season and a very happy new year. And say I hope to see a lot of you on Christmas Day. I've already got a few people lined up to come on. Thomas MacArthur's going to come on and tell us a bit about his songwriting and his poetry writing. That'll be stimulating stuff. And as you know, he's already wrote a couple of songs about me and the other Davy. But I won't be tempted to play them because I want to be able to talk to you guys, alright? And I can't play music in the background because copyright. But it'll be good fun. Sarah and I look forward to each year. So use on YouTube who have they been and on a Christmas special, come and join us. This place will be transformed. There'll be glitter, there'll be lights, there'll be bloody tinsel everywhere. So pop in and see the grotto on Christmas Day. And it appears Charlie's no one to make an appearance. Maybe he'll show up on Christmas Day, eh? Right, guys. Thank you once again. You have helped so many people. And I mean that. I'm the guy that gets to phone up these food banks every month and give the money away on your behalf. And it means so much to these communities. It really does. One wee woman down in Morecambe was in tears when I phoned her out of the blue and told her I wanted to give them money. They were going through a real hard time. You guys are the best. And I'm proud to call every one of you a friend. And to the YouTube community, which David and I are only are quite new, we've only been involved for a couple of years. You guys are amazing. You took David and I in with open arms. We had no idea that the community existed in YouTube. Because we concentrated all our efforts on Facebook because that's where we started campaigning back in 2005. That's where we grew our social media groups. But you guys, I have to say I'm very proud to be able to call you all, every one of you, whether I've met you personally or not. I'm very proud to get to call you all friends. And I better fuck off before I start tearing up here. Alright? Because it wouldn't do my image as a truck driver any good to see me having me bawling and greeting here on YouTube and on Facebook. But as I say, I better piss off because when I think about what you've done for the people of Scotland. Dylan, thank you, dear boy. Give your dad and your mum my best, young fella. And I hope to see you at some point this year, young man. I'm very proud to call you a friend and all, but I'm very proud to call you all friends. Now, as I say, I'm going to piss off because you can see I'm starting to water up a wee bit here, and it's bad for my macho fucking truck driver image. I'll tell you what else is bad for it. When you guys meet me and discover I'm only 5'6", you don't think I'm fucking massive because of the truck and the camera. Catch you later, guys. Merry Christmas. Love to you all. Look after each other. Look after your elderly neighbours. Bye for now. See you on Christmas Day.